Episode 33, the reference layer. For decades, climate action lived in the world of ambition. Targets, pledges, declarations, but ambition does not cool a river, it does not reinforce a bridge, it does not warn a village before the water rises. COP30 marks the moment the world moves from ambition to implementation, and implementation changes everything. Because once the promises are made, the only question left is this: did it actually work? This is where most climate systems fail, not at the level of ideas, but at the level of proof. Money is announced, but no one can trace where it went. Projects are completed, but no one measures what changed. Reports are written, but no one can verify the outcomes. In the implementation era, trust is no longer political. Trust becomes technical. You either have a system that can measure results or you do not. This is the role of a reference layer. A reference layer is not a policy. It is not a speech, it is not a funding announcement. It is a system that records what happened, where it happened, and whether it worked, quietly, consistently, over time. This is the transition from version 3.2 to version 3.3. Version 3.2 is a working system, episodes are published, data is collected, signals are tracked, the system is alive, but version 3.3 is different. Version 3.3 is when the system becomes a reference. A place institutions can look when they need to understand what is actually happening, not what was promised, not what was announced, but what was measured. In version 3.3, every episode produces a veritas note, one core metric, one set of sources, one clear limitation statement, and one operational implication, not hundreds of numbers, just the one that matters. At the same time, a public episode index begins to grow. Episode by episode, claim by claim, metric by metric. Over time, this becomes something new, not a channel, not a report, but a living reference system for climate implementation. Something operators can use, something institutions can cite, something investors can trust. This is the shift from narrative to infrastructure, from explanation to reference, from content to system. Version 3.3 is reached when the world stops asking what the channel says and starts asking what the system shows. In the next episode, we look at the first signals that a reference layer is beginning to form. This is the DPI World Report. See you in the next episode.